Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, October 2000. Behind the lights of a rapidly changing city, a deadly conflict between two powerful underworld figures was about to reshape the nation's fight against organized crime. The story took place in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, a city that became the center of Nam Cam's criminal activities during the 1990s and early 2000s. During the 1990s, Ho Chi Minh City was rapidly changing. Behind the bright lights of the city, a hidden world of crime and underground power was also growing. Nam Cam, born Trieng Van Com in 1947, was the fifth child in a poor family in Ho Chi Minh City. From a young age, he showed rebellious tendencies and later gained notoriety for his violent turf wars. There was a time when the mere mention of Nam Cam's name sent shockwaves through Saigon's underworld. He built one of Vietnam's most powerful criminal empires, controlling illegal gambling operations, nightclubs, and cultivating connections with influential figures. From 1978 to 1994, Nam Cam was repeatedly arrested for illegal gambling operations. His constant run-ins with the law only strengthened his reputation. His criminal activities became increasingly sophisticated. Despite multiple prison sentences, Nam Cam always returned to the gambling scene, which remained his main source of income. But a single assassination would eventually bring his empire crashing down. In the 1990s, Saigon became the place where Nam Cam expanded his influence. Behind casinos, nightclubs, and entertainment venues was a hidden network of money, power, and underground connections that strengthened his position in the criminal world. Truong Van Com grew up in a poor family in Saigon. His first encounter with the law came at the age of 15, following a deadly fight. After serving time in prison, he entered the criminal underworld and became connected with Saigon's notorious gang leaders, including Dai Cathay. From them, he learned the organization of gambling operations and the methods that would later help him build his own criminal empire. In the 1990s, Saigon's nightlife became one of the areas where Nam Cam expanded his influence. Behind casinos, nightclubs, and entertainment venues was a network of money, power, and underground connections that helped him strengthen his position in the criminal world. But the assassination of Dung Ha marked the beginning of the end for his criminal empire. The murder of Dung Ha shocked Vietnam's underworld. On October 2, 2000, at around 12:25 a.m., Vu Hoang Dung, known as Dung Ha, was shot and killed in front of a karaoke bar on Bui Thi Xuan Street in District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. The assassination would become the turning point that exposed the deadly conflicts within Saigon's criminal world. With a power struggle between Dung Ha and Nam Cam. After being supported by Nam Cam to open a gambling operation, Dung Ha later challenged his authority and disrupted his business interests. Facing a growing threat to his control, Nam Cam ordered the elimination of his rival. This decision would eventually lead to the collapse of his criminal empire. Bui Vien Street became one of Saigon's most recognizable nightlife areas, reflecting the city's vibrant entertainment culture. During the years when underground networks were expanding, nightlife venues became meeting points or different. Hung Pha Non, whose real name was Nguyen Viet Hung, born in 1974, was a notorious assassin and a key figure in the Nam Cam case. He was the gunman who directly shot and killed Dung Ha in the early hours of October 2, 2000. The assassination shocked the public and became a major turning point in the investigation into Nam Cam's criminal network. After the murder, Nguyen Viet Hung went into hiding for more than a year under the false identity of Hung Troc in Quang Nave. After the murder, Nguyen Viet Hung went into hiding for more than a year under the false identity of Hung Troc in Quang Nam Province. He was finally arrested on February 1, 2002 by investigators from the Ministry of Public Security. His identity was confirmed through distinctive tattoos, including an eagle on his chest, a dragon on his left hand, and an arrow through a heart on his right hand. In the Nam Cam case, Hai Ban, whose real name was Nguyen Tuan Hai, was one of Nam Cam's closest accomplices. He was ordered to direct Hung Phi Non to carry out the assassination of Dung Ha. After the crime was exposed, Ha Ban became a key witness. His testimony helped investigators uncover Nam Com's criminal network, including murder, corruption, and illegal activity. Special Case Z5.01, also known as the Nam Com and Accomplices case, was one of the most serious criminal investigations in Vietnam's history. It became the largest operation to dismantle an organized crime network during the country's renovation period. During the early stage of Vietnam's largest criminal trial, the People's Police Publishing House released the Z501 case, the case of Nam Com and his accomplices, by writer and journalist Nguyen Nu Phong. The nearly 300-page chronicle documented the complex case involving 155 defendants, hundreds of witnesses, and thousands of records. The operation reached its climax at noon on December 12, 2001, when police launched the final arrest campaign. In a highly secret and precisely coordinated operation, Special Forces captured Truong Van Com, known as Nam Com, at his private residence in District 1. The arrest was completed in just 10 seconds, overwhelming his security network without causing any public disturbance. At the same time, authorities raided and sealed off businesses linked to his criminal organization, including Dung Ha Restaurant and Ca Dao Bar. Key associates, including Ha Ban, Heap, Pho Ma, and many other gang members, were arrested in coordinated raids across the city. His accomplices opened in Ho Chi Minh City. A total of 155 defendants faced charges ranging across 24 criminal offenses, making it one of the largest criminal trials in Vietnam's history. The proceedings drew hundreds of journalists from Vietnam and abroad and were broadcast live on VTV1 and HTV9, attracting nationwide attention. International media also covered the historic trial, making it one of Vietnam's most closely watched court cases. With over 24 years of experience as a police journalist, Nguyen Nu Phong became known for his meticulous reporting and distinctive storytelling. He wrote that the book helps readers better understand Nam Com's criminal empire and the investigation behind it. He also revealed that many fascinating details could not be included because they remained classified by the police. The investigation concluded in October 2002 after uncovering one of the most complex criminal networks in Vietnam's history. A total of 155 defendants were charged with 24 different crimes, including murder, illegal gambling, bribery, and corruption. Among them were 21 government officials, including police officers, prosecutors, and civil servants, along with 17 Communist Party members accused of protecting the syndicate. As investigators unraveled the assassination plot, they exposed the full structure of Nam Com's organization. The arrests of the gunman and his accomplices ultimately led to the collapse of one of Vietnam's most powerful criminal networks. At the center of the investigation was Truong Van Com, better known as Nam Com. Once considered one of the most powerful figures in Saigon's underworld, he was eventually brought to justice as his criminal empire collapsed. The trial involved a large number of defendants connected to Nam Com's criminal network. Under heavy security, the accused were brought to court as the case became one of the most closely watched trials in Vietnam's history. Vietnamese media closely followed the Nam Cam trial. Newspapers such as Thang Nguyen reported on the investigation, the trial proceedings, and the developments of a case that attracted nationwide attention. The first instance trial took place from February 25th to June 5th, 2003 in Ho Chi Minh City, broadcast live nationwide. Trial work. The trial counsel worked for 57 days with thousands of records, 39 victims, and 238 people with related rights and obligations. Penalty: 6 death sentences, including Nam Cam for murder, gambling organization, protection, bribery. Hung Phi Non, Truong Zoan, accomplice in killing Dung Ha, and other subjects related to other barbaric murders. Many life sentences and limited imprisonment, in which Nguyen Tuan Hai, Ha Ban, was sentenced to life imprisonment due to his role as the direct commander of Dung Ha's murder, but was considered to be mitigated thanks to cooperation in the investigation. As the trial unfolded, the world's attention turned to Vietnam. International media outlets closely followed every development. while foreign journalists packed the courtroom to witness one of the country's most extraordinary criminal trials. The fall of Nam Cam was no longer just a Vietnamese story. It had become an international headline. It marked a defining moment in Vietnam's battle against organized crime and sent a powerful message that no criminal empire could stand above the law. The trial of Nam Cam at the Ho Chi Minh City People's Court became one of the largest criminal trials in Vietnam's history. A total of 154 defendants stood trial, including gang members, officials, and others connected to the case. The proceedings involved 3 judges, 80 defense lawyers, and dozens of witnesses. The trial attracted enormous public attention, with national television broadcasting the opening proceedings. International media also followed the case, making it one of Vietnam's most closely watched criminal trials. After the historic trial, the court delivered its final verdict. Nam Cam and several key accomplices received severe sentences for their roles in the criminal network. The judgment marked the end of one of Vietnam's most notorious organized crime cases. Nam Cam was sentenced to death, while many of his accomplices received different sentences depending on their involvement in the case. Regardless of the political system or the time period, every society depends on respect for the law and the value of human life. No one should take away another person's right to live, to seek happiness, and to build a better future. Money, power, and influence may bring temporary success, but they can never replace conscience, morality, and justice. The story of Nam Cam is a reminder that a life built on crime will eventually face its consequences.